So how about a great big send-off for our opening match of our PWBA Cleveland Regional. Good luck, ladies.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bowl TV for the Stepladder Finals. The first PWBA regional event of the year taking place at Yorktown Lanes in Parma Heights, Ohio. As your number 3 seed, Kara Mangiola delivering a strike, taking on Giselle Pass, the number 4 seed. The winner of this match will move on to face number 2 seed, Valerie Bercier. And our top overall seed, Elise Bolton, awaits in the championship match. My name is Aaron Smith, sitting alongside Emil Williams Jr., Curtis Von Kruger, assisting as well on the extra cam. Competitors bowled 8 games of qualifying earlier today on a 43-foot condition, the Dead Man's Curve at the Kegel Bank of Patterns. This pass takes one was pretty high scoring throughout the course of competition, a pair of 300s. One from Ashley Galante in game 1. Another from Elise Bolton in game number 6. Took a score plus 245 to advance. Haas looking to bounce back from the open, does so in resounding fashion. Our other competitors do have a warm-up pair over on 27 and 28. Mangiola looks for an early double. Saw some intensity from her. During this round. Earlier this week at the PWBA Greater Cleveland Open, one of 4 300 games shot this week in our main event. Our first non-strike leaves the 610 running high. That could be trouble. And gives an open back to Paz. Paz delivers the double. She has been in the stepladder format during her time on the PWBA tour back in 2017. Made her first championship round appearance. And as a former standout from Vanderbilt University, she's been a player we've seen. Make some strides in her game. Three-bagger after the open. Playing further to the left. Mangiola. They're a little more direct. Perfect bounce back after the open in frame number 4. Gonna have a chance. Able to hold line, all 10 back, delivers a double. 4 out of 5. Finds herself down 13. Paz steps up for frame 5. Have to hustle back. Oh, does. Maintains the lead at 13 pins. 6th frame coming up. Gonna have to hold. Finds that Paz was the number 2 seed at the 2017 PWBA St. Petersburg Clearwater Open. Lost in the semifinal match to Clara Guerrero, 235 to 214. Your TV debut on CBS Sports Network. quickly regains the trust in the spare ball after the miscue in frame number 3. Once again, the semifinal match. Valerie Bercier awaits the winner here. Very interesting in the warm-up prior to the start of the Stepladder finals. The second high hit on lane 21 for Kara. That Valerie was actually has a, I'm not even sure what to describe it as, but basically something to kind of, I don't know, help loosen up her back, or if she's been having some back stiffness, whatever it may be this week. So she was actually getting prepared in that fashion. She's done plenty of bowling already this week. After 30 games of qualifying at the nationwide PWBA Creator Cleveland Open. Finishing in 7th place. Haas looking for 6 in a row. Now has the match well in hand. Up more than 40 pins at the moment. 45. Stepping up in frame at number 8, looking to make it 7 consecutive strikes after the 4-6 in frame number 1. Finding some hold on 21 a little bit earlier. Did not get it that time. 3-6-10. Going to switch to her plastic ball and actually pulls that one left, but the key fact with any spare, folks, hit the lead pit first and foremost. That's what you want to do. Lead now 32 pins for Giselle. Again, our 4th seed here. A big strike in the 8th. Kara's not going anywhere just yet. Joining us from Rochester, New York. I feel this is a must-strike situation here in the 9th. It's going to be pretty good. Oh, great shot. .234 max score. It's a possible step up here, 8th or 9th and 10th frame, excuse me. With the opportunity to lock this match out, but it gets a little bit tougher with that double from Kara in the 8th and the 9th. Couldn't ask for a better delivery. Here's the quick scenario, a 19-pin fill. Would be 235, so that would be any type of mark at 9 pins. Giselle Pass moves on to the semifinal. Kara Mangiola can do nothing but wait for the opportunity. Giselle happens to give it, but the strike in the 9th gives her the opportunity to potentially give away a few pins and count, not have it count against her. They strike, all but seals it up. And there it is with authority. Now just has to keep it on the lane here. She will be moving on to face Valerie Bercier. Semifinal here at Yorktown Lanes, Parma Heights, Ohio. Four 9 is okay in this situation. Strike to kick off the 10th. Seals up the W. One will be 243. That'll be enough for the win. Giselle Pass advancing to the semifinals. Valerie Bercier coming up next here on BowlTV.com, the home of the PWBA Tour in 2019. Kara Mangiola gonna walk away from her few days in the greater Cleveland area with some great stories to share, a great overall performance, and a chance to potentially continue to look into competing at more events. She's currently listed as a non-member. Hopefully we get to see Kara a few more times this season. So the six-bagger in the middle of the game proving to be the difference. Great way to finish out the week, though. Last 5 for 234.
Kara Mangiola and her great performance today. Her in our opening matchup, our PWBA Regional here in Cleveland. We're going to now bring over Valerie Bercier and Elise Bolton. They'll get to throw a few shots over on lanes 21 and 22. Valerie, you get 3 shots on each lane. Elise, you will have 2 balls on each lane. Giselle, if you'd like to head down to 27-28 to stay loose, you may do so. All right, we'll be back up here with our semifinal match in just a few minutes.
All right, folks. Tournament director Neil Milligan giving you the rundown there. So now we're going to have our tournament leader, See her right there. Elise Bolton will take a few warm-up shots. On our featured pair, 21 and 22. The music's coming on. Fantastic music selections throughout the week. I have to say the crew at Yorktown, not only awesome, just in general, great taste in music as well, which really goes a long way in my book. So. There's Bercier on 21. Our first look at her. Haas does have the ability to stay loose on the warm-up pair over on 27 and 28. Is on your side. Is a national sponsor of the PWBA Tour and our tour stop earlier this week, the nationwide PWBA Greater Cleveland Open. Thank you for your continued support. See Giselle return to our featured pair. Valerie's going to have another shot or two before we get into our semifinal matchup. With that, I want to welcome in one of the hardest working gentlemen in the business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start here. Valerie
I don't know
has
what that
decided
means.
she will
Emil
begin
Williams
the match
Jr.,
on lanes 21.
the Hall of Famer.
Everyone works
So
hard.
put your hands together as we start our semifinal match of the Cleveland Regional. Good luck, ladies.
Tanya Milligan will send us into the semifinal. Valerie will start the match on lane 21. Potentially to be a Brunswick Vapor Zone from our awesome vantage point from Curtis. First shot of the semifinal. She's going to be playing closer to where Giselle has been playing. We saw Kara a little bit further to the right. Giselle in hand looks like a hammer left tour. See Valerie using something a little cleaner. This ball though looks pin up for Giselle to create a little extra length. After 243, I wouldn't change it. It's looking good. Strike for strike here, early going. Seems like 21 might be going a little bit quick. We've seen more of, essentially more shots go high. Not sure if they're misses or not. Past trips, the 4 for the early double. Once again, we saw a lot of high scores on this 43-foot condition, especially in the early going. 243 to 234, our opening match, and nothing but strikes here, semifinal. Bercier's first delivery on the right lane, no doubter.
She's come right over and thrown 2 really good shots. She's looked to be, for the most part, in good rhythm throughout the weekend, and that includes Friday and Saturday's competition at the, in the national event. Snuck in a few health coaching calls as well to continue her normal job schedule.
Not here to mess around. 3 tremendous shots. To kick things off here in the semifinal. Wow.
I said last year that Giselle, in my opinion, had one of the most powerful strike shots in the on tour. It just sounds different when her ball tends to hit the pin so powerful.
Fell out of that shot. But, oh, no. The pins did not recognize that she fell out of that shot.
You know, and she's taken some early lumps, if you will, on tour. Some hard falls where she first came out 2 years ago at this point, in 2017. Pulled 3 events, didn't cash, didn't make a cut. Went home, decided or thought about, hey, what do I need to do to be successful? Came back out, made the cut, and made the TV show at the St. Petersburg Clearwater Open in 2017.
So the math for this one is really easy so far.
I love when that happens.
4 for 4 for both players. That was the first shot. Valerie did not just dead flush the 1-3, so for her, that's a good sign. It's got a little bit away. Seems like what we've seen today is that you'd rather miss away than in, and we've seen what could have been a few splits in that first match. They ended up getting broken up, but definitely the bigger penalty missing to the left. Ho ho. 5 for 5. Pasta match in the 5th. First miss here at the semifinal.
The way it's going, you know, the way the weekend is going, even though we're bowling on, or there's been 2 different patterns, but the high scoring theme of the week has remained here today.
That's just the second pocket hit not to carry. Excuse me, third. We go back to Giselle's 4-9 after the match was already wrapped up, but so far, if you've gotten to the pocket, you have struck. Kara's misses in game 1 was a 6-10 that went through the nose. She had a 6-pin that went through the nose as well. And then she left a flat 10 similar to what we saw from Giselle there. Pass in her first match left a 4-6 in the first frame and then a 3-6-10 in the 8th frame. The aforementioned 4-9. Just an amazing physical game.
Couldn't agree more. It's incredible to watch but you know, like we talk about, it's fun to be able to watch the growth of the players, and then to have the regional program to be able to help that growth is another step in the right direction for many players. I think even for someone as talented, obviously, as Valerie Bercier as well, and everyone else, you think, who can make get to this point, make a stepladder final, compete for a championship, a title, there's money on the line, and so to, develop that confidence, go through, if necessary, the ups and downs, what's the pressure feel like, etc., and then to be able to transfer what you've learned to the national stage. It literally is the system, the perfect system, and the way it should work.
I think that's a great point, because winning is winning either way, and when you learn how to win, when you have the absolute nuts, or when it's not so good out there, whatever it may be. You can start to begin to continually find a way in a one-game match to
a little tape. Looks like Val adding some tape to her spare ball.
She hasn't had to use it yet, so
yeah, forgot what it feels like.
It's always a good feeling. See Elise Bolton getting warmed up on 27 and 28. She will face the winner of this match. Tape is important, kids. So once again, basically all tied up here with Giselle delivers a strike in frame 7. All tied up through 7. Question from Jennifer in the chat. Valerie looks to be using a Brunswick Vapor Zone. So one of the re-release, or I don't know if it's re-release, but kind of the vintage line from Brunswick. A ball is severely cool back in the late 2000s. Like, if you wait 10 years, everything is cool again. That seems to be a trend, so. Unfortunately, I was never cool, so I have to continue to wait.
I didn't have one, but I know a lot of people that did, and I know a lot of people that have a re-released one and still the same. Means it's good.
Verpass using the hammer.
Wow.
Web tour.
Did you hear that sound though?
Snap, crackle, pop.
It just sounds different. You hear the term, the phrase, we move different. Giselle's bowling balls. I mean, they just hit sound way different. There's other players that have a similar sound too. But amazing how she can create such power. Great use of her lower body.
Oh. It's going to put Valerie down for the first time in this match.
See the leaf on the left sleeve. From Canada, a member of Team Canada.
Her max score now 268. Haas still has a max of 279. If you're the top seed right now, you're seeing all these scores. I wonder the mindset going into it for Elise Bolton coming up in the championship match.
I don't think it should be too much different. Yeah, she's the leader. And so, and of course she even shot 300. So the expectation of high scores really should be there. Now what happens when you get to the final pair certainly can be different because lots have happened, practice, warm-ups on the pair, throwing a few shots on it, etc.
Bit of an interesting hit there, but effective regardless. And another opportunity for Giselle. She finished first last match as well. She needs a double. If she goes strike at 9 and spare, we have an opportunity for a tie, and anything less. Valerie Bercier will have the opportunity to step up and win to advance to the finals. Oh, goodness. 4-6.
Wow.
Nearly impossible to convert. Need a little bit of luck on your side. She takes the one. We'll put her at 245. Valerie, just going to go a few pins back here. 243. Valerie will just need mark and good count. .16 pin fill will give her the victory. Strike all but wraps it up. Ooh. Ball started to check a little soon there, but gets the hit, trips out the 4, and that's, other than final score, just about a wrap. Valerie Bercier is going to advance to the title match at the first PWBA regional event of 2019 here at Yorktown Lanes in Parma Heights, Ohio. She will take on Elise Bolton for the title coming up here next on BowlTV.com, the home of the PWBA Tour. For Giselle, a pair of 243s, one a winner. Second time, not enough.
Yeah, it's odd sometimes. And I said last night during the Stepladder finals, our sport is so cool in many ways. It presents varying challenges and leaves, and then you can shoot the same score and split wins.
All right, what a nice, exciting match here. Giselle Paz, please put your hands together for her third place finish here in Cleveland. Elise Bolton can now come over to lanes 21 and 22. She'll have 3 shots on each lane. Valerie, you can stay warmed up down on 27 and 28. But Elise, give just one moment before you throw some shots. Elise, one moment. We'll get those lanes back up. Hang tight, everyone.
All right, warm-up time for Elise Bolton, the #1 seed. And for Bolton, I think, yeah, just talking about confidence. You know, she's been chasing this tour since it has relaunched. Has been out every year. And you talked about Giselle and, you know, taking the ups and the downs. Elise has done the same. She's put in a lot of time, a lot of work. I think if she can get the win here, obviously early in the season, certainly what you would want. You get a second opportunity to be successful in one weekend. She's taken advantage of it to get here to this point. The only thing left for her is to finish the deal. Next week we head to Cedar Vale Lanes in Eagan, Minnesota. The PWBA Twin Cities Open. Rocio Restrepo is your defending champion at the event. So please make your plans to be there with us, whether in person or online, here on BowlTV.com. Aaron Smith will be there, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, just all right. I get my schedule down with you.
The winner of this match not only claims the title, but will also take home a $1,500 top prize Second place today earns $800. Third place $600. Fourth place $450. Fifth through 11th in the standings earned $300 each. 12th through 19th. Tacoma $200. So 56 players. Let's say for all PWBA members, just $100 entry fee. So opportunity to even just double your money. But for one of these players, turn a crisp $100 bill into 15 of them. Coming up next.
Can do that. Also important to save that money. Know who can help you save some money, Aaron?
Who's that, Emil?
Nationwide. Nationwide exclusive savings for your love of the reward side.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're
To
getting
learn
ready
more,
to start
please
our
visit
championship match.
nationwide.com
Elise Fulton is the higher seed, and
/USBC,
she's chosen for Valerie
our
to start
title
the match on
sponsor
lane
of the
21.
Greater Cleveland Open this
Here we
weekend.
go, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for our championship match of the Greater
All right, as Aaron mentioned, the $1,500 prize,
Good luck, ladies.
and also the first ticket, first entrant, first berth into the Go Bowling Regional Showdown. Both of these players are members. And we'll have that opportunity. One of these players will head that way.
Valerie kicks things off with a strike, starting the match for the second consecutive time. Had the option last game. But Bolton elected to have Val kick things off for us here in the final. Delivers a strike. First shot for Elise. Strike of her own. Had one of the 2 300 games fired during qualifying. Took the lead with that 300 and did not give it back.
Was that game 5 or 6?
That was game 6. It was right here on 19 and 20.
Indeed it was. Well, it makes sense.
For the early double. Bercier. Seems like she's been starting to creep a little bit left. It's getting the ball to pick up really well in the mid lane, and I'm sure after tripping that 4-pin to kick off the 10th frame there was time to tell her.
Well, we know on this tour, really, especially at this level, but it's something to keep in mind, whether you're bowling league tournaments, but most of the time your eyes aren't deceiving you. So if you see something, if you think you threw it good, you know you threw it good. If it does something you don't like, good shot there, go ahead and make the move.
In a one-game match, you don't have time to really risk it.
Oh my. I think, pretty sure 22 was kind to Elise in game 7. Remember her getting a tomahawk 10. Something came over and just kind of laid on the,
Just
on
got
the 10.
Just got lean. Just a little lean. Little lean on a Sunday afternoon. First non-strike here, the championship match, 4-pin. Lean at 21.
Has a spare ball in hand. For those of you who are asking about equipment in the chat, the hustle. Hustle Link specifically for Elise Bolton, repping the Grip of Rhoda.
Grip of Rhoda.
Roto Grip.
Oh, I knew what you meant. I was just contemplating how different my life would be if it was the other way around. Bercier for the lead. Oh, rings the 10.
She always comes back smiling. Well, that's what I've noticed this week. Even if something negative occurs, she seems to just, have a smile, come back, do what she has to do.
Takes care of it even through 4.
There's a score.
The first miscue we've seen from Valerie in 2 matches. 4-7-10. Takes the 2 and an opportunity for Bolton, a 5-time Junior Team USA member. Build the first lead of the game. You can kind of tell with her body reaction after that shot that I don't think she was terribly happy with it, but you take your spare ball, run it down, be happy. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, it was pretty evident early, but she'll take the 10-pin there.
labels the 10 pin. And now up 13. Heading into the back half of our title match here. First regional 2019 and the opportunity to earn a spot in the Go Bowling PWBA Regional Showdown, which will take place part of the Orlando stop in August. Much better shot there. Effortless delivery and she kicks all 10 out. Mixer in the 6th frame. We'll see the adjustment coming up on 21. It's again the 4-7-10. Last time on this lane. Did not chance going high with that one. Another mixer. But keeps the deficit at 13 pins. Another 10 pin on lane 22. For Elise, and this will tighten this match up. Some fantastic bowling throughout the course of our stepladder finals here. Shaping up to be another good one to wrap up our week here at Yorktown Lanes.
At the conclusion of this match, folks, we will have our final giveaway of the weekend. Someone will add some memorabilia to their PWBA collection.
'21 has been her better lane so far. And 7 pin, come on.
Just the wiggle, no lean. Not enough to knock things down there. Still wiggle. It just stops.
keeping it clean. But now we'll have to sit and patiently wait to see what Valerie does here. She can claim the lead with a strike here in the 8th frame. Gets the 10-pin out, still laying on the deck there, but takes the lead to set up the foundation frame. The 4-7-10 in the 5th made the move. A light mixer in the 7th. Gets another light hit for 4 in a row. Max score 255 for Bercier. Release right now. Gotta be thinking strikeout to put the pressure on.
This would be the 2nd day in a row. Top seed in the Stepladder final. If Elise Bolton does not win here, would lose.
Ninth frame. No pin that, no 10-pin that time. Gets the first part of the job done, gets the strike in the 9th. .237 still out there. Fantastic. If she's able to get this next one and at least 8 pins, she will force Valerie to strike on the first shot. If she does not strike here, Valerie will just need a mark in the 10th frame to essentially wrap up the title. Has to have it. Great shot, Elise. Once again, count important here on the fill. 8 pins gets her to 235. If Bercier was to go 9 spare strike in the 10th, that would be 234. Just want to get to the 1-3 here. There's all 10. Elise Bolton, fantastic finish, 237, throws the last 4. It's now come down to this must-strike situation to claim her first regional title. Bolton has put the pressure on. She can just sit back. Essentially with the result, this is what we saw last night as well. Josie Barnes putting the pressure on Sherry Tan for that devastating 9-pin to claim her 3rd career PWBA Tour title. It needs a strike. Oh.
Oh my.
Insult to injury. If one was standing, same result as 2, but 7-10, and Elise Bolton is going to be your winner here today. My goodness. Valerie will take the 2:21 finish for her.
On her great finish here. But please put your hands together for our newest regional champion, Elise Bolton. At this time, we'd like to present Elise Bolton with her PWBA regional bracelet as our newest champion. Presenting Elise with her bracelet is Jeremy Contrell, host with the most here at Yorktown Lanes. With Elise being a PWBA member, she will now advance to our Go Bowling PWBA Regional Showdown, which will be filmed on August 17th in Orlando, Florida. So at least not too far of a drive that you have to go. And that show will air on CBS Sports Network August 24th. So congratulations, Elise, on your win today. On behalf of the entire PWBA staff and crew, thank you so very much for joining us all weekend long. And we hope to see you at an event very, very soon. Our next regional will be in Lincoln, Nebraska in 2 weeks. So if you're thinking about bowling, please come on down. If you want to watch exciting, there are tickets available. Everybody, please drive home safely. Good night, be good, and support your sport.
All right, folks, that'll do it. Any quick thoughts, a couple thoughts from Elise real quick? And then we'll get some video of her.
Love you, bro. Okay.
All right, Elise. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, you've been. I said on the broadcast that you've been working and working and working very hard on tour, and to come out, be the #1 seed in the regional, and then kind of seal the deal,
Yeah.
of course, as well. How are you feeling right now, especially knowing that the type of work that you put in throughout?
Today I really focused on staying ahead of the move because I think that's something I really struggle with being here out on tour. The lanes break down a lot quicker than I think in my head, and today I really tried to make sure I was ahead of the move instead of on top of it.
What's when you saw the matches ongoing, and obviously you're down there warming up, how much attention are you actually paying to what's happening, so you can maybe, of course, have some sort of idea of when you do come over for your match? How much attention were you paying early on?
A lot, because having Giselle breaking down the lanes really meant that I knew I would have to move left quicker, which I knew would be good for me because I had a pretty good look all day, but I really liked transition a lot more because I was able to get away with my bad shots. So I really paid attention to where Giselle was at her break point and stuff, so I knew how deep I was going to have to get once I got there, because I think the number one spot's really hard to be in when you're trying to figure out the lanes in 5 shots.
It is, and if you can take the viewers, kind of into that, like, we saw last night, obviously, the top seed doesn't always win in a stepladder situation. So, if for the viewer who may not have experienced or been a part of a stepladder final, top seed, etc., take the viewer through your process throughout the day.
Yeah, I think when you're, at the bottom of the ladder, you can get more comfortable. You can see how the lanes are transitioning. There's sometimes a spot you might not have seen when you're back here watching that where the ball might have been breaking. When you're over there practicing, you're not seeing that. So you kind of you're going in blind. You're warmed up, but you're not comfortable in the lane. And actually, 21 and 22 was my lowest game today. So I was a little I didn't have the best look on that lane when I was there earlier. So I was hoping that it would come around this time.
I need you to look in the camera and tell the folks that, or tell Brant to give away. Just tell Brant, do the giveaway.
The what?
The giveaway.
What giveaway?
Just tell the camera.
Giveaway?
Yes. All right, so the giveaway should be coming if Brant is listening to me. Okay, so you start out well, first stop of the season. How do you take this confidence and everything you've learned and been through today and build throughout the rest of the season?
Honestly, I mean, shooting, 300 was a really big confidence booster for me. I don't really know. I don't know how to take this in right now. I didn't want to win that way, but I stepped up and threw 4 in the 10th, or the last 4 when I needed to. And that was really, even if I would have lost, I would have had a lot of confidence, because to do that, my thumb was kind of giving me issues this game. So I was just proud of myself that I made it this far.
What has been, for you, what's been the bugaboo in the past, if you will, that today said, wow, I feel I'm gratified no matter if I win or lose by what I did in the 10th frame?
I think, just like I said earlier, staying ahead of the move. I definitely always am behind the moves. I'm trying to throw it better versus just moving and letting the ball do the work. So I'm just proud that I think this whole block showed that I was always, not afraid to make the move. And, if I 10-pin it, it was okay. So I'm just happy. I hope I can bring that into next week and, do the same thing.
What's your schedule looking like? Are you bowling the majority of the events?
Yeah, right now I'm bowling everything. The only time I wouldn't be is if I take a trip to Italy during the Sonoma stop.
Now that sounds nice.
Yeah, that's the only one I might be missing other than that. So and that would just be a fun trip.
Okay.
But if I'm in the top,
sure.
Close to the top, then I'll definitely won't go. I'll be bowling.
Hey, listen, Italy sounds, I'm not going to tell you not to go to go to Italy. All right, last question. And by the way, folks, the giveaway is happening. Click submit entry on your screen, and you can win some PWBA memorabilia before we go. Go Bowling Regional Showdown. You are part of that. For the first 4 regional winners, will have an opportunity to bowl on television. It'll be a tape show to air on CBS Sports Network. Just early thoughts, kind of looking forward to bowling on television, and and maybe obviously this is kind of a jump start, obviously, as we said, to the rest of the season.
Yeah, believe it or not, this was actually my goal. I wanted to bowl well in the main event, but I told myself I was kind of happy that this is the year that I hadn't made the top 24, because, this is a big year for the regional tour. So honestly, my goal was, bowl well, try to make the cut, obviously in the main event, but win the regionals, because that's a lot of money you guys are putting into that, and we appreciate it, and I'm happy. So.
Well, we appreciate you bowling, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome start to the season.
Thank you so much.
The first regional winner, ladies and gentlemen, Elise
Hi, Mom.
Bolton.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, that's right.
Grandpa,
Parents and grandparents.
Everyone watching.
Are important. All right, we'll let you go. We got some other media for you to do, so don't go too far away. All right, Elise Bolton, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for your Greater Cleveland Regional Open champion. All right, folks, it's been a fantastic weekend. Big thanks to everyone here at Yorktown Lanes. They have been nothing short of phenomenal here. Congratulations, by the way, to our newest memorabilia winner as well. We appreciate everyone being involved with giveaways. Big thanks to Brand Houghton, our maestro, throughout the weekend, keeping people informed, doing some giveaways, answering some questions, giving some feedback. I want to thank Aaron Smith doing a great job as always. I want to thank Curtis Von Kruger, newest member to the squad for the PWBA Tour season and Bowl TV. Big thanks to him and all of his hard work this week. Big thanks to our tournament staff, to Neil Milligan, Kathy Waka, Kathy Kavicki, and everyone associated with Yorktown Lanes, the staff, and their volunteers. That'll do it for us here. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We say so long for now. We'll see you next week at Cedarville Lanes in Eagan, Minnesota for the PWBA Twin Cities Open. Coverage will begin on Friday morning at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on BowlTV.com. Peace.